some things just go together so well. Scott McTominay and bicycle kicks, Barcelona and the Champions League, and Alexia Putellas and Aitana Bonamtí. And since I already made a custom Funko Putellas, it's only right that I make BONMATÍ as well. So, let's get started! Yet again, I am using this Alex Morgan pop for the base, as Funko has only ever released 5 women's footballers. Not good, Funko. Not good. Anyway, before I do any customizing, I need to remove the head. To do this, I just pop the pop into a pot of hot water for Oh, fudge. How did I forget? I must have repressed that memory or something. This particular head will not come off like this. I literally have to remove this disc here. And there go the legs. Great. Just great. It's fine. Finally, it's off. Honestly, Funko, this neck design is overkill, and it makes the pop really top heavy. Please stop it. Now that that traumatic experience is over, I'm sanding down the printing so it won't show through the paint. But before I do the painting, I need to stick all the parts back together again. Finally, it is time to prime. I'm spraying with white primer, which yes, is going to take ages, but it has to be done as I'm going to be recreating the Barcelona third kit. This kit is a sort of fluorescent orangey peach colour, and apparently fluorescent paint looks better when sprayed over white. While that dries, I am airbrushing the head with this Vallejo basic flesh tone. And now I can get to the fun part! Spraying over the fluorescent paint. Well, first I had to mask everything off that is not the kit, and that was not actually fun at all. The Barça third kit colour looks pretty different in photos. In some, it looks quite bright orange, others more peach. So I'm just going to see how this fluorescent orange looks straight from the bottle. Well, that's definitely orange. Too orange. Okay. I think I'll mix some white in and try again with a bit more of a peachy colour. What about this? I think it looks about right. Honestly, I probably should have done this to start with, shouldn't I? Right. While that dries, I can spray on the hair colour. I'm using this Sombra Tostada colour, which, in my very basic understanding of Spanish, sounds a bit like ghost toast, but is apparently burnt umber, which makes a lot more sense. The fluorescent peach paint is all dry and looking pretty peachy, so let's get all this masking off. I use a variety of different masking products when customizing. As well as normal basic DIY masking tape, I also use this thin Tamiya tape for getting around the arms and legs. Then there's this liquid mask, which is great for getting into awkward spots. And finally, good old blue tack, which is great to stop paint seeping into areas with a lot of ridges. Well, it looks alright, so I can get right on to painting the skin. Hand painting these parts is not my favourite thing to do, but I think I might be getting better at it. I have been using some actual decent quality brushes though, and it really does make all the difference. Right, let's leave that to dry and take a look at the head. Oh, very good. I just need to paint the hairband and the bobble. Aitana often sports a blue hairband, so I'm using this Vallejo Electric Blue from the Mecha range. I honestly wasn't sure this was going to go over the brown very well, but wow, this paint is so nice to paint with. It goes on really smooth, and thankfully it isn't going to require lots of coats, which is such a relief. Right, next up are the boots. Aitana wears Adidas Predator Elites, and as you know how much I like using fluorescent paint, I'm going to recreate the fluorescent pink ones. Oh, this is so hard. I really don't think I have a steady enough hand for this. Well, I somehow managed to paint those boots without messing them up. So now I'm spraying over some Vallejo premium satin varnish. I'll be adding decals to the figure, and this stuff helps to protect the paint from the decal solution. And here are the decals which I've printed out onto some Haze Clear Water Slide decal paper. I've got a bottle of microset here. This is the decal solution that I was talking about earlier. I basically brush it on wherever I'm applying the decal. It helps you to move your decal around so you can get it exactly where it needs to be. Seriously, most of my time applying decals is getting them in the right place.
Many hours later.
You know, when I saw images of this kit, I thought it would be nice and easy to recreate. Well, I was wrong. Very wrong, in fact. This piping has taken actual hours. Not only is it very thin, but it also has 5 different lengths that have to meet up, and they have to look somewhat symmetrical. And they're also on the back of the shirt. Yay! Thankfully, the next ones are much easier to apply. Wow, it's actually starting to look pretty nice now, not gonna lie. I'm kind of dreading doing the large decal on the back. So I'm just gonna put that off for as long as possible and do the shorts instead.
The next day.
Oh no, it's finally time to do the back decal. I've made a template, which took a lot of trial and error, I might say. So let's hope this works out. It's on. There is a tiny gap at the top, but I can fill that in with a piece of the navy decal. Oh, I should probably mention how I created these decals. For the name and numbers, I had to use an image of the shirt I found online, which I then removed the background from. I use Affinity Photo and Designer to do this. I've got the older paid for version, but there is a new version which is totally free to use if you want to make your own decals. Finally, it's time to add the boot decals. This is one of my favourite things to do because 1, it means I'm almost at the finishing line, and 2, well, football boots just look so cool these days. As you know, I also love recreating the match ball designs. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the Liga F ball to purchase, so I had to make these decals from online photos. Aitana is looking pretty great now, but there are still some decals left to do. The eyes and eyebrows. I tried to make the eyebrows as accurate as possible by drawing over a photo. The decals are finally finished, so I'm back at the spray booth. I'm spraying over some more of that satin varnish that I love. This helps to get rid of all the shininess from those decals. Right then, Aitana, let's get your head back on. I'm just using a little bit of super glue for this. So, I know I say this every time, but I am so happy with how she's turned out. I thought it was going to be an easy one, but that piping was probably the hardest shirt decals I've ever had to do. It has taken a long time to get done, like over 3 weeks. But I can't believe how good it all looks. I love that colour so much. You know, I really wish Funko would make some more women's football pops. Who would you like to see them make? Let me know down in the comments. Also, while you're there, don't forget to put your laces through that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. Now here's the final result.